Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making a beef stew in the crock pot. Super easy, super delicious. We are going to need 1 can of tomato paste, 1 can of peas, and that is optional in case you don't want that in there. That's totally fine. 1 pound to 2 pounds of beef, depending if you would like more beef or less beef. I am gonna cut these in half, coat them in flour, and then brown the edges. Not cook it fully, but brown the edges and then dump it into here. I would suggest probably 3 or 4 sticks of celery. I have about 4 or 5 because I want a little bit more vegetables. 1 cup to 2 cups of carrots, depending on how many carrots you would like. If you have large potatoes, you can do about 2 potatoes. I have small, so I'm gonna use about this many. 2 of these beef broths. 2 to 3 bay leaves, and that is optional, but I personally feel like it gives it more flavor. Salt and pepper, thyme, and that is all I'm going to be adding in the crock pot. Sorry, my daughter's in the background, so you're probably gonna hear her. And let's get started. So I did cut up my meat a little bit more into bite-sized pieces. Don't worry about the fat. The fat gives it so much flavor. It makes it super delicious. I am going to transfer it into this baggie, add about 1/2 cup of flour, and then transfer over to the pan. This is what it should look like, and now I'm just gonna transfer it to my pan. So just wanted to point out, don't overcrowd the meat. This is probably gonna take me 2 batches to do this. This is the only thing that takes the most time consuming. And then you're gonna just flip each little side just to make sure you brown the edges really good. You are not gonna cook it all the way through because once you throw it into the crock pot, it will cook all the way through. And this is what I mean by browning your meat, just doing the edges and everything. You can obviously see in the center, it's still very, very pink, which is exactly what we want. And then we're gonna dump this in the crock pot. I totally forgot to mention, you guys, that I'm gonna be using 1 whole yellow onion. And I completely forgot that I had Worcestershire sauce on hand. I was so mad. If you do have it on hand, add 1 to 2 tablespoons. So I just dumped a whole onion, kind of cut up my carrots and potatoes and celery, just threw it all in there, super easy. I'm going to dump all of my meat in here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to take 1 of these beef broths and put like about 1 cup in here, reheat up the pan so that it gets all of the flavoring out of the pan, and pour the rest of this and the pan juice in here as well because it's going to cause a lot of flavor. And then our seasonings, and then put the lid on and we will be done. And you can put it on low for about 8 to 10 hours. You just got to check it, or high for about 4 to 5 hours. I've seen so many other chefs do this, except they would, instead of the beef broth, they would put red wine and just kind of loosen up, get all the flavoring out of this. So good. Grab our second beef broth and dump that in the, sorry, my daughter's right here. Dump this right in there as well. Okay, so I just added the tomato paste. I am going to mix it around. I just can't really do it with 1 hand. And then we are going to add a generous amount of salt, a little bit of thyme. If you don't like as much, you can put less, and then pepper. And like I said earlier, the canned peas, I'm going to add 10 minutes before it is completely done. If you have frozen peas, do 20 minutes prior, and then 2 to 3 bay leaves inside. And I'm putting it on low for about 8 to 9 hours. And this is the final outcome, you guys. I hope you guys truly enjoy this dish and find it super, super easy. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.